It's an exciting day here around Dog FM. A, because I have two cute boys in the studio, which makes me very excited. And on top of that, they know all their stuff about beer. The co-founders of Steamwhsitle Brewery. By the way, if you happen to be in an LCBO or you happen to be at the beer store and you're looking for something fantastic, their beer is already put in a little box for you. They'll talk about that in a little bit. We'll just sort of go about the story of how everything happened for Steamwhistle and how you were working, and then not so much. And said, let's make our own beer that we think we will love and we know everyone else with on our own.
Well, Carly, I just want to start out by saying thanks for having us on Dog today. We're pretty pumped about being here. And I also want to do a shout out to Brian at the Hunt Club Works. We just had lunch there and had an awesome burger and had a nice pint of Steamwhistle. It's beautiful. So
if you're looking to check out a nice burger and you're also looking to check out a Steamwhistle, if you've never had one before, that's the place to go.
It rocks, for sure. And Steamwhistle, well, the story Cam and I, I'll let Cam tell this part of the story because he's got family history in it.
Well, I guess the story sort of goes, we were working in the beer industry many, many years ago at a brewery called Upper Canada. It's a brewery my dad started back in the mid-'80s. Anyway, I met Greg there, and we became buddies and worked there every summer through school, and he worked there, got a job there full-time after he went from frozen pizzas into delivering beer.
That's right.
And anyway, long series of events, that brewery ended up getting acquired by another larger brewery, which was a sad day for us all. But so Greg and I got fired and lost our jobs, and ended up going on to do a couple different things for a year or two. And we met again on an alumni canoe trip up in northern Ontario, and we were sitting around the fire. Greg, there's another Greg who was also a buddy of ours, worked together at Upper Canada. And we just said, man, we got to get back into the beer industry. Our fridges were empty. I was working in reclaimed tires. Greg was in bank machines, and I think Greg had gone on to some marketing agency. And it was times had changed because working at the old brewery, boy, it was a good time. Anyway, we decided we quit our jobs, and the next week we incorporated a company called Three Fired Guys Brewing.
Hold on. We got fired, dude.
Yeah. Got fired. Turned out to be a great thing. So anyone out there who's maybe just gotten fired or is about to, keep the chin up because it can turn into a pretty amazing adventure. Anyway, we ended up changing the name shortly before we moved into the Roundhouse. We were up on top of an old building in downtown Toronto one morning with the real estate agent looking at property, and it was a clear day. You could see little puffs coming off the top of the towers downtown Toronto, and Greg and I looked at each other like, wow, we got to put a monstrous whistle on the roof of this brewery. We'll blow it off every day, and the whole city will run out and drink our beer. Anyway, we just loved that concept. We ended up changing it to Steamwhsitle Brewing, and ultimately found our way to the Roundhouse, which was Canada's steam locomotive repair facility. Basically maintained all the old steam locomotives that built this country. And today is a little tribute to our roots, which we never like to forget, is you'll find a little embossed 3FG on the bottom of each bottle. Those are our roots.
Where you came from. And you must be so happy with, it's been a lot of work for you guys, but you must be so happy how everything turned out. And that way you sort of have your own beer, and it's for the working man, and it brings back things that, it's amazing how things change. You know how when things used to be built, they actually lasted? And Steamwhistle sort of brings those kind of ideals back when you look at the bottle. And you guys use really simple ingredients. There's not stuff in there that you don't know how to pronounce, which I think people are excited about as well.
Yeah, well, it goes back to the whole idea of overbuilt quality. And I started working for Cam's dad in 1989, delivering beer for him. And he was a guy who really appreciated everyone at work and gave us an opportunity to make contributions. And he developed a really unique culture there, and it made everybody want to make a difference. And the idea we had with Steamwhistle is just to continue with that theme that let's keep it simple and allow people to focus on doing one thing really, really well, which is making Canada's premium Pilsner. And it's turned out really well for us. People come in the morning and know what they need to do is make our beer as good as it was yesterday or better. And as a result, Pilsner is not an easy style of beer to make, but it's worked out well, and our customers have supported it, and we thank them for that.
We got a great team down there who's really dedicated to preserving what is the heritage of brewing, and that is basically a brewing culture that started thousands of years ago, actually invented by women in Egypt. But
we had to deal with other people, so
there you go. So shout out to all the ladies out there for inventing beer. But we really try and we stay true to the oldest brewing tradition in the world, which is started in Germany back in 1516. It says a beer can be made with only 4 all-natural ingredients. And what's happened over the centuries is big breweries and their accounts have adapted those processes a little bit to save a buck or two here and there. And we basically have 2 types of beer on the shelves these days. Beers from concentrate and beers not from concentrate. That's what we're making at Steamwhistle. Everything fresh from scratch.
It's important to mention there's a whole group of incredible local breweries out there that are represented by the Ontario Craft Brewers Association. And local here, you got Bo's doing a great job making some fantastic beers. And across Ontario, consumers now have choice. They can go into the beer store, the liquor store, and choose an all-natural product that's made with passion. And it's just helped everyone to prosper and brought new flavors to consumers.
And we're really excited about it, too. So we'll stick around just a little bit. There's some more music, and we'll talk to you guys again, too, about maybe how Steam Whistle would be the perfect holiday gift for everybody on your list. We'll see how we can work that out. Plus, we'll talk about the Steam Whistle tours and the fantastic building you're in and the history it has, which makes really all of this come alive from where it used to be and now how Steam Whistle brings it all back. A fantastic beer, a fantastic process, and some real genuine hard work that goes into it. More coming up after the break.
She's our very own voodoo child, Carly D, Untamed, on 101.9 Dog FM.